This is an electric hand warmer by the brand Ocoopa. You plug it in, you charge it up, you turn it on, and it gets warm, and it warms your hands. It's a heavy duty hand warmer. It's made out of some kind of really heavy plastic. It's got nice soft pads on either side that warm up, making it comfortable in your hand, and you can hold it for hours and keep your hands warm. Some of you may know the disposable hand warmers, the little plastic sachets that you shake and they heat up and they keep your hands warm for a few hours and then you throw them in the bin. I think you can still buy them. This does the same thing, except it's electric and it's reusable and rechargeable. It's powered by a 10,000 milliamp battery. To put that into perspective, that's about 1.5 to 2 times the size of a mobile phone battery, depending on which brand and which model, etc. It's a 10,000 milliamp battery. It has, up the top, it has USB-A and USB-C. USB-C is for incoming voltage, so charging, and USB-A is for outgoing, which is discharging. This is also a 10,000 milliamp power bank. So in the winter, it's a 10,000 milliamp hand warmer that'll run for most of the day and keep your hands warm. And if you get caught in a pinch with your phone going flat, you can charge your phone off it. And in summer, it's a 10,000 milliamp power bank that you can charge your devices with, and if you get a cold change or a cold snap, you can use it to warm your hands up. It's got a single button operation. You hold it in once, a long hold, and the red light will come on, and that'll come on into low. One red light means it's in low. Then you just single touch, medium, high, low, medium, high, and then you long hold again to turn it off. To see your battery level, you double touch the same button, and that's telling me I've got 2 blue lights, which means that it's got half power. It's got the 3 lights here that you can't really see very well here. The 3 lights indicate the power level and the battery level. So to put it short, long hold to turn it on and off. When it's on, single tap to cycle through low, medium and high, and double tap to make it go blue to give you an indication of battery level. Now when you buy your Ocoopa hand warmer, it comes in a box. And inside the box, it comes in a bag in the box, which is in a tray in the box, with a USB-A to USB-C charger cable. And just watch that because it's magpie nesting season and they've been known to fly off with charger cables. It comes with some instructions, a little lanyard, and a little sort of velvety sort of bag to carry it around in. Now I'm not going to go through all the instructions because you can find all them on their website, which is in a link in the video description below, where you'll also find a discount code where you can save when you buy one of these. Now, one thing I do want to touch on in the instructions though is the run times, because I got caught out here. Now, it's in Fahrenheit, but low is 95 to 107 degrees, medium is 104 to 118 degrees, and high is 118 to 131 degrees. That's Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that transpires to in Celsius. Now, this is the bit I've got to sort of tell you about. Low runs for approximately 15 hours. Medium runs for approximately 12 hours, and high runs for approximately 8 hours. Now that is, it says underneath there in the fine print, all data based on tests conducted at 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and it says operating time will change depending on the surrounding temperature. I got caught out because it didn't run that long, and when I spoke to them about it, they highlighted that little bit to me. I tested it in cooler temperatures. So just recapping on those run times, low, 15 hours, I got about 11 or 12 hours, maybe 13 hours. Medium, 12 hours, I got around about 8 to 9 hours, and high, 8 hours, while I was getting 4 or 5 hours. Now, bear in mind, these numbers were based on tests run at 25 degrees Celsius. I've been using this for about 3 weeks and it's been varying from about -2 degrees Celsius to about 12 or 13 degrees, maybe up to 15 at the absolute most. So it's been considerably colder, or much colder, in the last couple of weeks while I've been using this than it was when the tests were ran. It does beg the question, why would you test it at 25 degrees? You don't need a hand warmer at 25 degrees Celsius. But anyway, so you're not going to get quite those run times in the cold weather, but to get 4 to 5 hours in high and 12 to 13 hours in low, that's still very, very good. The Ocoopa Hand Warmer works pretty similar to the heater in your house. Once the temperature drops to a certain level, the heater kicks back on. Once it gets too hot, the heater cuts out and allows it to cool back down. This is the same. So on low, I'm going to put this in layman's terms here. On low, it gets really nice and warm, then it turns off. And it just cools down a little bit, and just before you start thinking it's not quite warm enough, it comes back on and gets nice and warm and toasty. And that's suitable for kids, young people, people with sensitive skin. Medium is very warm. It's actually really, really warm to hold in medium. Medium's the best setting. And when it cools down, it's still quite warm before it turns back on again. You don't hear it turn on and off. It's not like a heater that you hear. You don't even notice it. It's just all of a sudden it gets really, really warm and toasty again. So medium is my favourite setting. It's nice and warm and when it first comes on, and it's still quite warm and it kicks back in. High, when it first comes on, it gets that hot you can barely hold it. It's very, very hot. And then it cools down to a nice warm, sort of warm temperature. So low is lukewarm to warm. Medium is warm to hot. High is very warm to hot, up to very hot. If that makes sense. That's in layman's terms. Right, so who's the Ocoopa Hand Warmer suitable for? Anybody doing anything outdoors. That'd be very, very handy at the football if you're sitting outside watching the football on a cold day. Fishermen, bushwalkers, campers, those crazy people that get out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning and walk around town. Coincidentally, they're in much better physical shape than I am. Basically, it's suitable for anybody that spends time outside and gets cold hands. People pruning for a living, pruning grapes, pruning peaches, farm hands. If you're working outside or spending time outside in an environment where your hands get cold, this is going to be suitable for you. Well folks, that's it. That's the Ocoopa Hand Warmer. Simple and effective. Charge it, turn it on, warm your hands up. There'll be a link in the video description below to where you can find these online and read all about them if you want to know more about them. And there'll also be information there about my discount code so that you can save some money when you buy it. Thank you very much for watching.